everybody, and welcome to this episode of Heart and Soul. And now I know what you're thinking. Hey, didn't you already finish this game? And I will say to that, yes I did. However, I want to do some of the... Hi everybody, and welcome to this episode of Heart and Soul. And now I know what you're thinking. Hey, didn't you already finish this? So what I want to do is go back and see, show you guys the different good endings that they have. And starting with the devoted daughter-in-law. So from what I know about this one, you have to go back to... Which week is it? So for this one, it would be best to go back to week 28, or just about. So this way we have everyone good. And so if we do if we don't manage to do this, we can go. We don't have to worry about the bad end. My day is full of careful and full of rest. Nothing ages you quite like stress and poor sleep. Yeah. As during preparing my bath, I scrub out my skin until it's smooth and soft. Let's see, constant. Okay. So, roam the estate. Honestly, I'm not sure if... I lounge on the chase with still. It's not the same. Yeah, I hope this... So what we're trying to do is get Aphrodite on our side versus trying to, kill us. Which, according to most people, they really don't want that. Ugh, sorry, that came on. So I think it's very interesting. So this is a very interesting perspective to take, because there's actually a hidden meter of where if you can get her on your side, you can actually change the story quite a bit. The hairs on the back of my skin, the hairs at the back of my neck rise as I finish up my evening meal. Without the servant saying a word, I get the feeling we're about to have a visitor again. Someone approaches. It is not safe to remain out in the open. They clear away my plate in a flash, trying to make the place look uninhabited. Before I can contemplate finding a hiding place, the servants speak again. Hurry and leave, there's no time! Shocked at their tone of voice, I let invisible hands tug me down the hall and into my bedroom. Though the princess in me bristles at such treatment, I'm grateful to not need to choose between eavesdropping or staying safely away. That is, until I hear footsteps down the hallway. She is coming this way! Quickly, you must hide! Crawl under the bed. I dive underneath our marital bed, worming my pregnant body underneath it as fast as I can. The pressure on my belly is so immense, but now that I'm down here, I manage to twist my torso to the side so that my belly can rest on the stone floor. I make it not a moment too soon. Where are you, my son? I need to speak to you! My husband's mother. My mother-in-law is here. I pray she does not find me. I cannot imagine a worse beginning to our first meeting. As we told you, he has not arrived home yet. She lets out an exaggerated huff. Yes, I can see that now. I will wait for him then. Would you not be more comfortable out in the main hall? This will work fine. After what seems like an eternity, my husband comes in through the window. But, Mother, what are you doing in here? I need to speak to you, my son. It's urgent. Oh, what troubles you, dear mother? How can I help? The next part of their conversation is almost inaudible as they are speaking close and at low volume. I have to lean in a bit closer to listen. Elude my search, and I have searched everywhere. I even visited that despicable half-brother of yours. Mother, he's not despicable, and he has a name, Hi, glad you can join us. A name I refuse to acknowledge, and do not change this subject. My husband mutters something I cannot hear, which prompts my mother-in-law into letting out a loud, frustrated sigh. So for anyone joining us, we already did the true ending last time where we managed to become the goddess of soul. But this time, we're going to try to make Aphrodite like us instead of try to kill us. because we don't want to die. I chose week 30 to do this. I disagree. Do not stretch your jaw like that. It is unbecoming. I have told you before, Mother, and I shall... Yes, I remember. But you also do much more traveling than I. You know the lands and the people much better than I do. A long sigh, almost theatrical, follows her words. Sometimes I think you're doing a much better job at our duties than I am. Mother, is it true, I'm growing older. Less popular. Being surpassed by someone like her? The people have forgotten me and my tributes dwindle every day. I fear I have passed my pride. I manage to stifle out a gasp as my pride pushes against my belly. Now is not the time to let out a single sound. At least, I am able to lay somewhat comfortably. Mother, we both know that what you say is simply not true. This is only temporary. You are only experiencing an anomaly. It is unnecessary to compromise your well-being or time to be so concerned over such a trivial matter. A pause. Are you suggesting I'm overreacting? Uh-oh. Taking breaks is important to your mental health, and yeah, I get that. Right now I'm trying to finish up my Sailor Moon rewrite, the 8th episode, but it's still being a pain to me. It's not that I disliked it or anything, it's just, this episode is not one I particularly like, but in order to get through it, to get to the better parts, it's a hill I have to overcome. Thankfully, I think I have a clear set for it, so yeah. I'm glad you're able to take a break and join us today. If I may be so bold, yes. Wow. I think he's the one person in the all of the pantheon that would be able to say that. How dare you! And even then, barely. Mother, nearly everyone regards you as the most beautiful woman in existence, past, present, and will continue to do so in the future. Nearly everyone. My husband lets that alongside. You're fishing for compliments, Mother. I'm sure there are far more flattering people out there than your son. So, yeah. Oh yeah, I'm still looking and trying to find out that Psyche musical. Hi, Farosh. I'm still trying to find out more about that Psyche rock musical that was out in 2014. So I'm hoping to spread that word. But of course they are. But I trust your opinion. Then trust that I think highly of you. Come now, let's head into the main hall and have the servants pour some wine. We can talk about whatever you wished. I breathe a sigh of relief when she agrees and to leave. Never would I have thought that my mother-in-law would burst into our room the way she did, even being oblivious to her son's marriage. Hopefully, it will never happen again. Hopefully, I can keep this down so we can actually get the ending I want. It takes longer than I expected for my husband to return. In fact, he enters just as I'm about to fall asleep. Are you alright? I'm sorry, did I wake you? I wave off his concern. No, I couldn't seem to fall asleep anyway. The bed gives sound as he sits beside me, pulling me into his arms. Relief floods me at his warmth. His hand caressing my hair rhythmically, but I can feel his heart beating just a little too fast. His movements are somewhat stiff and agitated. Mother visited again. I try not to let my worries show, even in this darkness. I see. Did she give you trouble? You can say that. I'm sorry to hear that. You have nothing to apologize for. My mother has a habit, or should I say she always overreacts to issues remotely concerning her. Yeah, the Trojan War. My god. The whole thing started because Eris wanted to fight. Eris got set up for a wedding and wanted to just cause trouble, and the idea of her not being the fairest goddess was enough. They literally unleashed the bloodiest 10-year-long war. Odysseus is not happy about this. And she takes a difficult time letting anything go. Yeah, her ships. Mainly her ships. Did she come to you with the same issue as before? There's a brief pause and he sighs, his arm tightens around me, a hand placing over my stomach. Yeah. But the matter should resolve itself soon. That's good then. Indeed, I was expecting him to visit again after the first time, but I did not wish to disturb you. It seems I worried you regardless. It's alright, husband. Family can be complicated. And mine is more complicated than most. Honestly, it could be. I mean, I know they have some connection to it. I think it's either that she and Eros turned into fish during the during Typhon, or that Pisces carries her chariot across the sea, or the clamshell she came in. It's either of those three. I chuckle lightly against his neck. So you have said. Are your siblings going to start visiting us too? His lips pursed into a pout against my forehead, making me giggle. I do hope not. I do not need them to make a mess of our home. Yeah, true. Your man isn't... I mean, not just Odysseus either. You also have all those poor Trojan women who were... You know, I want to not be banned on YouTube, so I can't finish that sentence, but either way, it was horrible for them. Or, yeah. You know what I find ironic about the Trojan War is the fact that Aphrodite is supposed to be the goddess of love, but she was parting all of them from their lovers and wives. Yeah. Overreacting to things remotely concerning her is an understatement. Maybe after our child is born, they might be allowed to visit, but only some, mind you. You don't seem very fond of them. I will not say I am not fond of them. I only wish to save you from the headaches. Yeah, probably a good idea. One literally tried to hurt Hestia at a party, I think. I mean, in that case, it was actually kind of sweet because the entire Pantheon got together and tried to tear apart Priapus to save her. But yeah, I'm actually a devout Catholic, so I really don't mind saying what I mean. I chuckle again. How thoughtful! I'll have you know, beloved, I am most thoughtful. I'm just keeping you here in my estate because my mother is completely insane. Again, I'm Catholic. I believe in Jesus, so I can make as many jokes about classic mythology as I want. Emily, Janus, shut up. He pinches my cheek, making me break into a fit of giggles. He laughs along, rumbling sounds that rolled pleasantly into his chest. Not all of them are awful, though. We're just not close. Would you tell me a little about them? Well... They're the twins. They were born from the union between my mother and her second husband. So I was actually... Oh, cool. My grandpa's actually a Pisces, too. They're warriors, and though somewhat unremarkable, they always follow their father into battle. So I wonder if this version of Eros, since in the time period this story was made from, Eros was supposed to be the son of Mars and Venus. Well, Cupid, technically. But there's also the version where he's also the son of Jupiter and Aphrodite, who's also supposed to be Aphrodite is also supposed to be Jupiter's daughter. We don't need any more Zagreus inventions either. But I actually know there's actually one story that I can remember. But I actually know there's actually... But getting into more of the Romanesque part, there actually is a statue depicting Eros and Mars together, and it's kind of cute because you can see the baby Cupid chomping on Mars's legs. And he doesn't seem bothered by it. They have an elder sister whose fate is constant tragedies, partly due to the resentment stemming from my... Did the audio not come in? Yeah... It's a long story. The story this came from was... The book this came from was very, very... not safe for work. Let's just put it like that. Actually, the main character... The story is actually a story within a story. Where basically the main character in his donkey form overhears an old woman telling this story to comfort a woman. For a reason. I'll have to look into it again. But he thinks she's crazy hearing it. However, I like the story, so most people just ran away with it. It's called The Golden, but let's just go with that. So this is Harmonia. I feel bad for Harmonia. And, oh dear. Oh, yes, it was a very strange and painful situation. Oh, you mean like how her entire family had horrific tragedies happening to them? Like, Semele was, her daughter ended up impregnated by Zeus and roasted alive. Or how her grandson Actaeon stumbled upon Artemis bathing and was torn apart by his hounds. Or if we're gonna continue on, I think another one was torn apart by Dionysus's followers. And then I think another was driven, and I think her daughter Ino was driven mad, but so that they ended up. Yes, he is a donkey. That's what I meant. Sorry. But yes, he's supposed to having turned into a donkey. Yeah, so they fortunately managed to appeal to the gods' mercy and are now living in peace. As snakes. Snakes? Yeah, snakes. It's a longer story. I guess that's good at least. Yeah, she is one of the better members of my family. Yeah, I feel bad for Harmonia and Cadmus. I know they're just mythological characters, but still. Jesus. The sibling I suppose I'm closest to was born from one of my mother's wilder encounters. Oh. Yep. He is perhaps the most unfortunate of my siblings. Due to her actions, my mother was cursed by Hera, and my brother was born deformed. Yeah, that is true. I know there is a version of Eros that is a primordial deity along with Gaia and Erebus, and they were born from chaos. However, as more of the Romans come in and trying to repaint Venus as a more motherly, maternal figure because Aeneas was said to be her son, they began associating Eros, who was always one of her attendants, it became her son and later adaptations in order to reconcile this fact. This is probably why Mars becomes his father, too. I think this is Priapus, since they say... So, upon further inspection, I'm pretty sure this is Priapus, since I'm pretty sure he is deformed, especially in his, certain area. And I think I think Aphrodite was cursed, and he is Dionysus' son. Mother abandoned him at birth, horrified at his appearance. But if anyone else has any idea on who this could be, please tell me. I have no words, only the image of a small, helpless baby crying for his mother. Exposure was perfectly fine. It wouldn't be like for another, like 700 years until exposure becomes banned in the Grecian era. Yeah, actually, Justinian and Theodora are the result of that. Seriously, look up Justinian and Theodora's story. It is amazing, and I really want. And you know, if there is ever a power couple that deserves a movie about them, it's them. I mean, they both basically rose up from. That's not true. You've helped me a lot during this. But I mean, if there is a power couple that deserves a story featuring politicking and a lot of amazing. And a politicking scandal and chaos, it is the story of Theodora and Justinian. They were basically each other's equals. She was and they both rose from basically nothing. He was a poor farmer's son, who he and his uncle had to basically claw their way to the imperial purple, and she was in an even worse position where she was basically a prostitute at the lowest rung of society. But through intelligence, politicking, and plus a couple of murders, it's fair. They were able to rise through the ranks to become the emperor and empress, and actually made a lot of good changes to society. Like they helped girls who were trapped in prostitution. made exposure illegal, and they actually managed to reconquer Rome for at least a little while. I rubbed my hand over my stomach, thinking of my own child. I know, but don't let it trouble you too much, my love. He grew to be one of the finest and most talented of my siblings. Okay, that can't be pure Priapus then. Another good ending to another disturbing person, then. Well, that is a small privilege. I just thought this might have been Anteros, though. But I'm not sure. Though he could also be the son of Poseidon and Neretes. Long story. Look up overly sarcastic productions on that. They say he gets turned into a shrimp like every other Tuesday. Indeed, I'm happy that my brother and sister are happy now. Other than them, I guess I have two other full brothers. One follows my mother almost absolutely everywhere. The other's a bit... How do I describe it without sounding mean? A little bit... I giggle as he hums dramatically. He is quite vengeful, to say the least. Dark personalities and such. Okay, this might be Anteros, because I think he goes around with a club against people who are in unrequited love. Would you dare say broody? You said it, not I. I slap at his chest, smiling as he laughs. Come, let me help you sleep. Carefully he tucks me in and curls around me protectively. A song hums across our sanctums. Fan of who? Snuggling into its warmth, I let sleep consume me, knowing that I'm safe. Oh, come on! I really hope that's not gonna happen. Let's see. This is all I have, so this would... Let's just tend to the vineyard. Yeah, let's just keep doing I send the day challenge. I look out the window, eagerly awaiting my sisters. The servants open it and let them in, and I think, Sisters, I'm so glad to see you again. Thank you for making the journey. My sisters look up and down, no doubt surprised to see how my stomach has grown. Oh, Psyche, only... But of course, our Psyche, even Aphrodite... thank you? Anytime, dear sister. So what are we having for lunch today? I've been so spoiled at you here. I complain our cooks for a week when I get home. We take our seats at the table, and I are immediately served a lavish meal by the invisible help. So are you excited for the baby to be born? Absolutely, I look forward to meeting this one so much and I'm spending our days together. Amara lets out a snort of laughter. I turn to her in surprise. What's so funny? Babies make the absolute worst companions. Me too. I really do like overly sarcastic productions. And yeah. See, I specifically mainly watch Red's perspectives because she often gets a unique, she has a unique history and shows on how the different myths could have developed. Really? But do mothers and babies share a beautiful, loving bond? Oh, Psyche, you have so much to learn. I have 2 children at home and I let the servants look after them as much as possible. I find the less I see them, the more I like them. Oh. Will you be able to hire a wet nurse? They really do make life so much easier. I feel sorry for women who have to feed their babies day in and day out. Ugh, I agree. The milk coming in and leaving against the first few weeks was hard enough. I do not regret having another take on the troublesome process. A wet nurse? I do not think that will be possible for me. I suppose I will have to provide the child's milk myself. Poor thing, that will be a struggle indeed. Yes, appreciate your life now. It will be so difficult after the birth. What, have I been mistaken to hold? No, you haven't. Hold on so fiercely that this child will change my life for the better? Will things get only worse? The servants will be here to assist in all ways. Hopefully that'll be enough. So will his family come to visit the baby when it's born? Are they excited? They want to see the baby, not me. This one's pretty easy because, yeah, they don't like her. I hope the promise of a child will endear them to me, but I have had no such luck. Regardless, I hope it's an uneventful delivery. Oh yes, those are probably danger. Let us hope our little Psyche will survive it. Survive? I know childbirth can be fatal, but I had yet to give it much thought. Now it seems unbelievable that I've been so carefree all this time. What do you think the baby will look like? Will it take after its father? We should hope so. After all, who better than the most famed beauty in the world? Excellent point, Serena. It's still Psyche. What would it be if they inherit? Yes, the baby would have blue eyes and blonde hair. I'm sure his features and yours will explode to produce a beautiful child. Perhaps her looks will surprise you. They do mine. My looks will. I would not mind. My looks will fade over time anyway. Do you think your husband will still love you when they do? Mine had never much interest from the start, but childbirth in time only made things worse. Psyche and her husband seem to have a perfect relationship, though. Maybe that would be the case if the only reason he married her was for her beauty. Is that likely? Oh, darling, why else would he marry you? Do you excel in any other area? I suppose not. Yeah, I'm gonna be. That is actually really shocking too, because I thought she would have been a classic mythology major or something. Wow, I did not know that. Let's appreciate the happiness while it lasts. It can be so fleeting. Right. Sorry to change your subject, but do you mind if I keep finding into very few trinkets? We have so many, and it would be much more time. Of course, I will never deny you, Amara. You can go, welcome to go with her if you'd like. How generous of you, sister. I breathe a sigh of relief. Okay, this is going down. I breathe a sigh of relief when the servants escort finally them out of the house. I love my sisters dearly, but seeing them in short bursts from time to time seems to be more than enough. My sisters were here again today. My husband freezes, having just climbed into our bed. He speaks slowly as if choosing his words with care. How did that go? Yeah, oof. About the same as it usually does, I think. We share a meal, I share some good fortune, they share tales of their unhappiness. I realized something. I completely forgot about my sister's children. I do not recall ever meeting them. Is that not the saddest thing? What a terrible aunt I am. I'm sure you had a good reason you were unable to visit. You certainly do now. I hope so. Did anything of consequence occur? Was I a topic of conversation? I wave off any concern he may have. Yes, but they ask about you every visit. I always change the subject or just make up an answer to appease them. Does that bother you to lie? You were always so open and honest with me. I would guess untruthfulness didn't come easily to you. Well, yeah, it does, but it is a price I'm willing to pay in order to see them. Psyche. He sighs. I know he has another lecture ready for me. Come here, my love. My husband pulls me into his embrace with my back against his chest, his hand cradling my wound. I have spoken to the goddess of fate again. Tyche warns that the danger they pose now is greater than ever. Could this be true? What does that mean? It means be careful, my dear wife. Please stay safe, and for your sake and our child's, postpone their next visit until after the baby is born. Yeah, well, I'll try. Is this an order? Will you bar them from coming? No, my love, I will not do that to you. Invite them here if you wish, and we will deal with the consequences that come our way if we have to. I believe we can get through whatever hardship may come. I love you, Psyche, so much. Though his warning disturbed me, his words warmed my heart. I love you too. I'll save this wine for at least a little while later. We don't have to. Let's just. So for right now, we can understand her. My day is for the best. Nothing ages you like poor sleep. Having Cecily stuck away from his duties for another afternoon, my husband carefully guides me through the hallways of our home. What shall we be doing today, dear husband? It sounds like you are looking forward for this already, despite not knowing what I have yet planned. All the activities you have prepared for us so brilliant. Of course I'm excited, dear one. He chuckles, running his fingers through my hair. Like the times before, he leads me through the corridors, my hands in his arm, and his arm around my waist. With how many times I have explored this estate, I can vaguely tell where we're heading despite the blindfold. The music room? Sweet Psyche, you are getting too good at this. How will I ever surprise you now? I suppose you just have to try harder next time. He chuckles, pressing a kiss upon the crown of my head. An unfamiliar song is being played. Must be another creation he has come across during the travels. He turns me to face him, placing my palm into his. We are trying something a bit different this time. A dance. Oh? But I cannot see. Would that not be dangerous, especially with my stomach so distended? As long as I am not here, you shall never fall, sweet Psyche. I will not let anything happen to you or our child. Of course I would be delighted to try this with you. With every swell of music, our bodies move together. He never lets me stumble, not even once. Even if my step falters, he would just follow me, turning a mistake into a tender flow. I know he must be an ethereal creature, but the way he guides me around the rhythm is simply divine, as if the ground beneath us is made of clouds, as if the songs we are dancing to are made by the muses. He does not command me through the music, he introduces me to every note, melding us both into each other until we become one with the melody. As the tide of music lowers through the silence, I find myself leaning against his old, reassuring frame, smiling into the scent of cinnamon and sunshine. That was truly magical. I'm glad you think so. Thank you for sharing this with me, beloved. I look forward to making many more memories with you in the months and years to come. Aw, that was sweet. And it took a lot from us, so we can... My days... So yeah... that was actually a really cute moment. I'm glad they give moments like that. So what I'm going to try to do is just keep these at a minimum. I like to do more. Save the wine just for now. Oh, we're getting into week 35. I think I really do hope let's see. I'll offer this one just. Ooh, that is just right. Let's just, we'll keep it like this until we get another moment. I know we can't invite our sisters over because that was one of the last. I really am glad. I'm glad you were able to join too. I read it and it was really good. I like how you named her Emily, since that's what a headcanon her name is too. That was actually also the name of my great grandmother, so it's always nice to see. Oof. Oh, I don't want it to get any closer to the top. We're so close. Oh. Even tossing and turning as I attempt to sleep is a struggle all its own, as I have to shift my enormous belly from side to side during each effort to find a somewhat comfortable state. My little one often wiggles, and I feel as though I have been kicked in the ribs. Perhaps I have. I place a hand on my swollen stomach, and I feel a small bulge near my ribs. I push on, and a little hand or foot retracts. It returns to press sharply against my lower abdomen. Moments later, ouch, little one, go to sleep. The baby continues to writhe and kick. The same wounds I once found cute and endearing are now painful and annoying, now that they have grown so much bigger. Psyche, are you alright? Sorry to wake you, my love. I was having trouble getting into a comfortable sleeping position. And the occasional kicks from the little one are not helping. Can you try speaking to the baby, please? They seem to calm at the sound of your voice lately. Of course, my darling. He pulls himself over to my stomach, getting close enough that I can feel his lips against my nightgown. Hush, my child. Your mother needs to rest. Almost instantly, the baby goes still, and I smile. I find it very cute that the baby finds their father fascinating already. Thank you, sweet husband. I feel a massive feather slide under my huge stomach, aiding my back in supporting the weight of my child. The least I can do is help you both both sleep. Try to rest now. I will try to keep the little one still. Exhausted but relieved, I would take him up on that offer and close my eyes, hoping that sleep does not prove evasive yet another night. Oh, thank God it's gone down. Yeah, maybe. This is all. Yes, maybe. A painful, powerful, squeezing sensation takes hold of over my abdomen. I'm here! Stay strong, Psyche! It hurts! The normally quiet room is now frantic with movements, but that is not the extent of what I can comprehend. And another flare of pain rushes through me. I clench with all my might onto my husband's hand, unable to contain the scream that rips through my throat. Childbirth is a wonderful yet equally terrifying ordeal. When I was young, my mother often told me tales of the goddess Hera and her attendants flying from her throne upon Mount Olympus to help women in labor. I think actually it's either Hera or her daughter Elysia, I think it is. The Queen of the Gods brings peace to new mothers and erases the past for newborns, but as the hours drag on, the pain becomes excruciating. I feel as though Hera has turned a blind eye to my suffering. The night was long and passing too fast. Dawn is almost upon us, and I fear the moment my husband must inevitably leave my side. Please, I'm right here, just hold on. I shall not leave you, Psyche. And though his hand is warm and steady in mine, I cannot feel much beyond pain and fear. Fear for myself, fear for my unborn child. Fear that the gods would truly abandon me, that they would not show mercy, not even to an innocent child. Well, they certainly did. Well, then my acting skills are improving. Thank you. Well, I mean, Deinonychus, and that poor baby, and that poor princess, so no. Please, please save my child. He grips onto my hand tightly and rests his brows over my fingers. His skin is damp and creased with worry. He shakes with every pained breath I take. Oh, white-armed Hera, Queen of the Gods, please listen to this foolish child's prayer and come aid his unfortunate wife, or she and my infant will surely perish without your benevolence. Oh, great Hera, I beseech you. Please grant my poor wife Psyche and myself your grandson. Okay, so is he Ares' son or not? I mean, okay, he might not really be able to say who it is. So. Okay, so what do you guys think? Is he the son of Ares or not? Because I think Aphrodite is supposed to be Aphrodite Urania. It is as dawn has bloomed within our room. I was like right on the money. Golden hair is rich and bright as sunlight frames perfectly sculpted face. His eyes are an endlessly blue slave, shining with love and adoration as he looks down upon me. Arching white wings as pure as summer clouds curl around us in a cocoon of warmth and protection. So I might have been wrong last time. I think he might be the son of Ares. Maybe, or another one. Does she have any more biological children? Because, I mean, okay, maybe Hephaestus. On your prayer, beloved, by my name, I shall do everything in my power to ensure you and our child's safety. Oh, and you can actually see he's wearing a wedding ring. Cute. Yeah, me too, maybe. I made a vow to you, did I not? Eros. My husband is Eros, the god of love. The son of Aphrodite, goddess of beauty, and the grandson of Zeus, king of gods. You did. Thank you, my love. I mean, they could also be going with the idea that he's Zeus and Dionysus, that Aphrodite is Zeus and Dionysus. That's always a possibility. Despite the pain, joy surges through me. The relief of knowing who he is, the knowledge of having stayed true all this time. Helios' journey begins, shedding light into our room, but my husband stays steadfastly by my side as we wait for Hera to run. But then she specifically says, your grandson, which Hera would not be if he was the grandson of Dion. So it probably is Ares in this. The Queen of the Gods comes as the dawn, her attendants ease away my pain, and her radiant smile chases away the last of my fear. A cry heralds my child, our child's arrival. As they lay exhausted, Eros kneels beside me, a crying bundle in his arms. Psyche, my beloved Psyche, look! She is ours! She is beautiful. Here. Carefully hands me our child. The baby gurgles, burning into my chest as I choke out a relieved and overjoyed laugh. She is wonderful, my love. She is. She is perfect. Thank you for bearing her. Thank you for giving me joy and love I never knew I could experience. A gentle hand caresses my hair, still matted with sweat. Watch over our nursing daughter together in the light at long last. What shall we call her? I have been thinking, what do you think of the name Head-On? Head-On? That is a beautiful name, beloved. So shall she be. Head-On, daughter, Eros and Psyche. I cannot imagine a more perfect moment than this. I wish I could stop time and relish in the company of my husband. Point out to be Eros and our beautiful baby girl. A wrinkled voice calls for my husband beyond a bubble of happiness. Upon realizing it was Hera who summoned him, Eros presses a kiss upon my brow and little Head-On, and leads to see the goddess. Servants tend to me, murmuring congratulations and cooing over Head-On. But as Eros' absence prolongs and anxiety returns, will my husband get in trouble for protecting? For harboring and marrying the very mortal who has slighted his own mother? Do not fret. Her monster is about to protect you, to bring you into the light. Yeah, that is true. I think I did mention her, but yeah, maybe she's with her, I guess. I don't know. He will not fail you now. Thank you. The morning stretches on, and my exhaustion as I drift between sleep and wakefulness, finding solace in the warm weight of Head-On in my arms. A kiss finally brings me back to consciousness when Helios named half of his journey. My husband is once again by my side. His smile is gentle as the autumn sun. Hello, beloved. Hello, husband. How are you feeling? Tired, but I will be fine with some more rest. I'm sorry to make you're leaving your side so abruptly, but one wouldn't be prudent not to make Lady Hera wait. I understand. Is there a problem? Do not worry, sweet Psyche. Lady Hera recommends you and I and little Head-On present ourselves as family to Olympus. Would that further offend the gods? His hands find mine, our fingers intertwined over soundly sleeping Head-On. You are my wife, Head-On. You are my wife, and Head-On is our child. We are a family now, and not even mother's wrath can change me. I made my vow, Psyche. I shall not abandon you now when happiness is now close at hand. And I shall stand by your side, my love. Thank you, beloved Psyche. Time is the essence when one is secretly married to an Olympian god. Eros has always wanted me to rest, but he knows the longer we wait, the easier we may incur the wrath of Olympus upon ourselves. More than we already have, that is. It is actually sweet that Hera does actually keep the secret, because in one of the previous episodes, you can find out that she actually came to Eros about Zeus trying to hook him up. So, back to my previous statements about how creepy that entire scene is. Yeah, basically, he's trying to get his grandson to act as a wingman so he can cheat on his grandma. Yeah, this family is messed up. Eros takes me and our child upon his arms, white rings soaring over the sky. Keep your eyes lowered and keep close to me. I do not think you are in danger, but it would be best to stay by my side. Understood. Where's the baby? Oh, but this is actually really cool. What do you guys think? What if they still refuse me? What will be parted? Will the Head-On be taken away from me? His arms tighten away around me. No, Psyche. I meant what I said. My vow is not taken lightly. I will keep you safe. You have come so far for our happiness. I have made you endure this situation for far too long to let your efforts be in vain. I shall have my wife, where they shall not have a god of love. A vow pluralistic, so ancient and solemn, is not one to be taken lightly. How even the gods can violate such a sacred vow. Yeah, it is pretty funny. Hey, do me a solid. You see, Hera gets mad at me when I cheat on her, and I don't get why. I mean, she's just my crazy sister wife. So, hey, do me a solid and make it so I can't resist. You know, my Eros. No, I just really want to sleep around. It's my right to do so because, you know, it's Greece. Oh, right. But then she gets mad at me. Thank you. The golden gates of Olympus are brighter than looking directly at the sun. Eros' wings shield me and Head-On as we walk through keeping us close to his heart. My own heart thunders in my chest, dancing in both fear and excitement. I hold my daughter close, whispering a prayer upon her brows. I shiver when Eros finally stops and a booming voice washes over us. Zeus, father of the gods. I fold myself even smaller in Eros' arms, for my fear. Oh yeah, true. And yeah, it was pretty cute. My fear has overcome my excitement. The god of thunder's voice is just as his namesake. It overwhelms and strikes terror into my heart. You have deceived us, Eros. What do you have to say for this treachery? Yeah, that is true. It's just, I guess it just looks a little bit weird, like, but I honestly did love the picture, and I think that the artist did a great job. Oh, great kiss, King of Olympus. At least accept my apology for the misunderstanding I've caused. My Psyche was wrongly condemned for the faults that were not her own, but hubris of the mortals who surrounded her. Psyche is innocent of the crimes accused of her. Psyche has given birth to a daughter, our daughter. We're a family now, and she truly is the love of my life. My love for Psyche is true, but if you are sad condemning her, I shall ask you all. What is a god of love without love? Well, probably what you were like before Psyche. Oh, sis, King of the Gods, I beseech thee, please accept our union, your great-granddaughter Hedon. After his passionate proclamations, the court of Olympus came to a long silence, punctuated by only by frantic heartbeats. And then, show me my great-granddaughter. You know, it is curious because actually, for as much as he hates Ares, he actually lets Ares, his kids, get away with a whole lot. Like, he lets Phobos and Deimos use his lightning bolts against Typhon. He lets Harmonia marry a man she genuinely likes and loves. And, again, he uses Eros as his wingman when he wants to cheat on Hera. And also, all the other mischief he causes, mainly against Apollo. Like, what? Oh wait, Apollo once insulted his Eros. As you wish, Your Excellency. My hands clenched around Hedon when an attendant arrives to take her. Only for Eros' whisper assurance do I let her go, and I still tremble fearing for my sweet daughter. A beautiful child you have conceived, mortal Psyche. Thank you, King of the Gods. Though I am displeased with your possession, I recognize your love for one another is true. Yeah, I wonder what... You can just hear Hera being just grumbling in the background about how he can tell when love is true. This child is born from a union between a god and a mortal. It's indeed part of my blood. As such, Hedon shall be bestowed with ambrosia and allowed to step into the realm of the gods. I guess through Perseus, by the way. I mean, Perseus is your own son, and I don't think he ever got that treatment. I think Dionysus only made a god because he kind of had to, because his mother was Cinder. But then again, I don't see Perseus as the type of person who wants godhood anyway. He was happy with just his wife, his kids, and his kingship, so yeah. But you know, honestly, Perseus is one of those heroes that I feel like gets made into a vile misogynist with no basis. I mean, yeah, that is true. But amazing granddad, apparently. Yeah, that is true. He does let the kid... I guess it's because I think Ares, well... his great-grandchildren, probably not. I mean, Stemmeling. Yeah, I guess at least with Ares, his kids, he does play... He plays grandpa favorites. But what was I saying beforehand? Oh god. What was it? But I just think Perseus is that hero that, for some reason, everybody makes misogynist when his whole journey started not because he was seeking power, but because he was wanting to protect his mom from the creep who was trying to assault her. Oh, and then they say he only married Andromeda because of patriarchy. The only reason yes, he thought she was beautiful, but given where she was at the time and how she probably looked, it actually says more about Perseus's than anything else. I mean, she was tied to a rock in the middle of the ocean, so she probably was pretty scraped up and everything. The fact he could see her as still beautiful, even despite all that, just shows that he probably did genuinely fall in love with her. If only Euripides as Andromeda had survived to modern day. Blessed be our eternal gratitude, O King. Our eternal gratitude, O great sis. As Hedon is returned to us, I cannot help the tears of joy flowing down my cheeks as her mortal. I will not stand for this! Oh, great. It's Grandma. My eyes search the room for the one objecting to my child's newfound divinity. Mother. Well, frick. The mother-in-law. I guess we did not manage to make it to a scene. A sharp glow of divinity enters my vision. I shrink instinctively before the wrath of Aphrodite. Eros, my son! How could you bring this mortal before the gods' presence? I cannot. Mother, I am here under the recommendation of Lady Hera, for I must present my bride and child to Olympus. Bride? Your marriage to this mortal is unofficial at best and at wedlock at worst. Thank you. The ceremony arranged by mortals, and with this I none, does not qualify her as her wife. Mother, forgive my impudence, though we have been living as husband and wife for nearly a year now. My husband's recognized Psyche as my wife. She has been a year. You are still my son, Eros! Do you understand the social embarrassment this brings me? The gossip your unofficial marriage will start? I can't. I just can't. I think I knocked my headphones. If that's the case, Aphrodite, then a marriage officiated by Olympus shall suffice, right? Even Zeus is just pissed. Yeah, me too. I also like the little bracelets and how this kind of looks like an upside down heart, and how she does look like her son. Cute. Wow, even Zeus is tired of your shit, Aphrodite. A marriage officiated by the gods for a mortal girl, one who has been spared my good name. That's a lot. Oh wait, that was Aphrodite. A marriage officiated by the gods for a mortal girl, one who has smeared my good name, nonetheless. Oh God, Mom, why? Mother, Psyche is innocent of the sin of hubris accused of her. All of her wrongdoings were caused by other mortals. Punish them if you must, but Psyche is not at fault here. I don't understand. As for the matter of her mortality, my lord Zeus, Psyche possesses both endurance and loyalty. She has persevered through every hardship with love alone, and to myself, the god of love, there is nothing else more valuable. His arms tighten around me. Nothing is more precious than my Psyche. You really want to say? What are you saying, Eros? It would only be fair if Psyche is made immortal alongside of her child. Eros. A deafening silence, one that stretches much longer than the previous, encompasses the entire hall. My heart quivers in my chest as I hold on to Hedon like a lifeline. Out the corner of my eyes, I can see Aphrodite seething with rage, but I keep my eyes gazed upon Eros, head held high and proud. Very well. Psyche shall be sowed with ambrosia, and henceforth serve alongside her husband Eros as Psyche, the goddess of the soul. No, I cannot be! I am to be a goddess? Could this be real? 1,000 thanks and eternal gratitude. Yeah, and that's it. And so my journey as a mortal girl has come to an end. Through fear and solitude, I've endured it all. With only love as my guidance. My path, once shrouded in darkness, is now filled with light. The era of Psyche the mortal, when curse of the gods is over, the time of Psyche the goddess of the soul, side by side with her love, Eros the god of love has come. Good ending at version 1. Patience prevails. And we got that achievement. So yeah, I actually really like that ending. Honestly, I agree too. You know, actually, it's interesting in the true ending. I don't think she ever actually gives birth to Hedon, unlike in this version. So I think next time we're gonna try to get the devoted daughter-in-law, which I guess is going to make Aphrodite actually like us. But I actually really did like that ending, and I still think it's funny that even Zeus is like, okay, lady, calm the F down. You've been making us deal with this shit for about 9 months now. But I do love that. But I do honestly love that story, and I mean, it is possible this would happen in the actual story, in the actual mythology or myth. If she didn't peek on him. Or maybe not, I don't know. But I do like but honestly, I do like they gave in the option of if you do prevail in the weeks to come, instead of just going right to the ending. So, since we have nothing else to do here, I want to say thank you to everybody who came to watch, and I hope to see you next time when we try to win the affection of Aphrodite. Goodbye, farewell, and thank you.